Okay, hello everyone. How are you doing today? Today I'm going to talk to you about the situation that I went through a few days ago. Um, I want to first thank everyone for their prayers and support, and that helped me get through that difficult time. So today I'm going to talk to you about what led up to it and what I went through, and maybe if someone else is going through a tough time, believe me, I've been there, and I've done some pretty dumb things. And the ordeal that I went through and what I did was pretty stupid. But we're all human beings, and I think everybody copes in a different way. Some people take to alcohol. Some people take to drugs. Me, my coping mechanism is just to walk away. It always has been, actually. When I was when I was about 5 years old, we were at Grandma and Grandpa's one Christmas, and for some reason I didn't want to share my toys, so I packed them in a box, and I was going to walk all the way home. I walked out that door, went down that driveway, and started walking. My dad had to come after me. This is a true story. You can talk to my brother and sister. I actually did this, and so I think my coping mechanism is to walk away. When my wife and I would get into a fight, I would walk out of the room. That's my coping mechanism. But in that situation, I knew I had to come back because I love her, and it's my home. So I tend to leave the room, cool off, and come back in those situations. And like I said, I did this when I was real little. That's my coping mechanism. Others take to alcohol, and others take to drugs. Others take to roping themselves, and we find them dead the next day. That's not how I cope. And everybody copes differently. And for me, it was just walking away. Now, I did this another time. There was another instance I did this back in the mid-90s. I was dating this one girl, and I got into real trouble. She got pregnant. Child support came after me. She totally ripped my heart out, and I just didn't know what else to do. At that time, I just felt I had nothing to live for, so I just walked away. I got on a bus and headed to New York City. I was going to get lost in the homelessness. But an angel brought me back, put me back home safe and sound. Took 2 years to recover from that, and I eventually did come back from that. But I've done this before, but that was decades ago. But here it is, many years later, and I moved out of Springfield to Marshfield. I'm almost sorry I made the move. There's no internet out here. I'm shooting this hard copy on an iPad. Hopefully I'll be able to take it into McDonald's or hook up to somebody's Wi-Fi and upload it within an hour. It could take a while to upload this video. But anyway, back to my story. The situation that I just went through it started on Monday. Today is Saturday. So this is almost a week old. I just paid my dad $400 rent, right? I don't live here for free. So I paid my money, and that was the end of it, right? Well, here it is a few days later after I got paid. I barely was able to get my check deposited and have it clear through the bank, and he's pounding on my door, telling me, oh, I'm bouncing checks and blah, blah, blah. I need money right now. I said, I just paid you $400. And, well, you still owe me money for this and this. I'm going, okay, yeah, but you don't need to be pounding on my door. You know, I got to have money too. And so at that time, I was on the defensive. At that time, I felt, man, I can't live like this. So I posted something on Facebook. I was just getting my emotions out there, and I didn't know what else to do. I think I was trying to ask for help, just didn't know how. And hold on, I think my cat wants in. You want in, kitty? Come on in. Cat wanted in. He was outside for a few minutes. Anyway, back to my story. So I posted something on Facebook. I went to work. The sheriff came to see me, saying some people are concerned about your post on Facebook. Situation really didn't get any better, and I was going downhill fast. So the next day on Tuesday, I got up. I just decided to walk out. I can't explain it. It's my defense mechanism. I was backed into a corner. I didn't know what else to do, so I just walked out on foot. Mind you, I didn't pack anything. I just went with the shirt on my back and started heading into Springfield. That was my destination. So I took off on the old highway. It took me 4 hours, 5 hours to walk from here all the way into Springfield. So, yeah, I walked the entire way, about 20 miles. And I probably walked another 20 miles after I got there. And I was just lost. And lost, praying hard, because I didn't know what else to do. That's, like I said, that's my defense mechanism. Some people take the drugs, some people take the alcohol, some people take the suicide. Me, I'm like Crocodile Dundee. I just went on walkabout, and I just had to clear my head, and I just had to get away. And again, I want to thank everybody for their prayers and support, but suicide was never my intent. My intent was to get lost in the homeless population. At least I can be free. I will tell you this: when I hit Springfield, it was rough, because I probably walked another 20 miles after I got to Springfield. I just kept walking and walking. I couldn't stop, and my heart started to pound. I knew I was in trouble. My health was going downhill fast. I thought I was going to have a heart attack or a stroke. And I had to come to my senses. About 2:30 in the morning, I came to my senses. And I went to Sandra's house. She did the right thing. She got a hold of my sister. But it was a terrible ordeal. So for 15 hours, I was homeless. I felt I couldn't come back. That's what I was saying. I just can't go back. You know, I got a raw deal. So here's the thing. Had I stayed in Springfield any longer, by 9 o'clock that morning, I would not have been able to get retrieved. I'd either be dead of a heart attack, or there's a particular church I was going to go to, because they specialize in homelessness. They set you up. I need a warm place to sleep. I'd have a bed by that night. The only rule is you have to find Jesus. I'm going, I have to find Jesus. Well, I found Waldo. I found Carmen Sandiego. Maybe I can find Jesus too, right? So, rule of thumb. Gotta find Jesus. Okay, so had morning had come on Wednesday morning, and I walked over to that church. Once I had a bed to sleep in that night, and every night. I have to report into some place before they lock up, right? If you want a place to stay, I don't care if it's a pillow on the floor. I have some place to sleep. I'd also would have made connections to make sure I got 1 square meal a day. A smart homeless person would figure out the system. There's a system. There are organizations to help you. One will feed you. One will give you a place to sleep. One will give you a hot shower. And once you figure all that out, you develop a system. That's what I had intended to do. There'd be no getting me back. So how could you get me back? I got a place to sleep, got a hot shower, 1 square meal a day. There's enough resources in Springfield to pull that off. I'm just telling you, if a few hours would have passed, assuming I didn't have a heart attack or a stroke, that's what I had plans to do. There's one particular church, and they specialize in that, and they don't just take you to a homeless shelter. No, they take you there. They will load you in the church van and take you where you need to go and get you connected. Aren't you enabling people when you do that? Well, we're helping them, making sure they have this, this, and this. And what time you make sure they have everything, what incentive does someone have to get out of the situation? What incentive would someone have to go look for a job? Why should they? Heck, I got free housing. Sort of. At least I have a place to sleep. I have 1 square meal a day. Don't have bills or taxes. You know, I don't have any of that stuff to deal with. And so I'm just trying to tell the story and let you know that had enough time had gone by, you would not have been able to retrieve me. Either I'd be dead because my heart was pounding, and so I wouldn't be alive, or I'd be in a homeless shelter and you'd never be able to get me out of it because I'm going, why come back? Well, here we are. I'm 56 years young, and I decided to tell my story, and I want to thank everybody for their prayers and support. Yeah, we all do dumb things. What I did was dumb, foolish, stupid, but sure beats popping pills, taking to the bottle, roping, taking a gun and shooting yourself. I mean, I wouldn't do that. No way. I am not suicidal. Yeah, I get feeling bad. I get depressed like everybody else. But there's always a way out. And like I said, I just want to thank everybody for their prayers and support. We're already up to 12 minutes. And I'm glad to be home. I hope and pray I never do this again. I may shoot this video again. I'm going to watch it. And if I like it, I'll keep it. If not, I'll reshoot it. All right. Thank you.